Thank you for joining us today for our roller derby tournament. We are grateful to our friends, family, and fans for their passion and support. Please lower your gaze or close your eyes as we acknowledge and respect the history of this land where we live and play. These valleys have been home to indigenous nations, including the Apache, the Arapaho, Cheyenne, Comanche, Kiowa, Pawnee, Shoshone, Sioux, and Ute. The people of these nations lived in the Boulder Valley from time immemorial, where they cultivated a profound spiritual relationship with the land, cherished its gifts, and acted as stewards to contribute to a thriving ecosystem. We continue to appreciate their meticulous science and resourcefulness through indigenous knowledge, oral tradition, and language handed down through generations. Our team believes that those of us living on these ancestral lands have a responsibility to acknowledge and address the past. We refute the past justifications for the colonization of indigenous lands and acknowledge the legacy of the oppression that has caused intergenerational trauma to indigenous peoples and families. Many of us living on these lands today continue to benefit from these colonizations of indigenous lands and from removal policies that violated human rights, broke governmental treaties, and forced indigenous people from their homelands. The lands that surround all of us is part of who we are. It reflects shared history. It is our duty to protect and honor the history and people of this land. Please take a moment of silence for reflection. Acknowledgement is one small part of supporting indigenous communities. We ask that you consider your power and your position to advocate for changes and work at repairing these harms. Support indigenous nations, amplify Native movements and causes such as Right Relationship Boulder and the Land Bank movements. Celebrate and center indigenous practices, including the Boulder Indigenous Peoples Day. Protect these lands, protect these waters. We share thanks and acknowledgement for the Boulder Valley people and place. Good morning, roller derby fans. My name is Ultra Ego, and I'm coming to you live for our tournament today, Brawl. We have lots of fun games for you this weekend. We're going to see a few different teams here. So our first game is between your Boulder County Bolters and the Los Alamos Derby Dames. Next, after this game, be on the lookout. We have a mixer. That should be fun. It's a group of random skaters who decided that they didn't get enough roller derby this weekend and they wanted to add a second game in. Then we'll have a break, and then after that, we will come back and you will see Junction City versus Los Alamos, and our last game for the season for the day is going to be the home team champs. So you're going to see the Swamp Monsters versus the Howlers. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to come to you at 6 p.m. Los Alamos Derby Dames. Number 1826, Fleur de Lethal. 1998, Not Sorry. 212, Lots of Balls. 239, Risa Rampage. 38, Smoky Terror. Number 420, Puff Puff Past Ya, 4242. Upton O'Good, 44. Valkyrie, number 49. QED, 514. Icebreaker, number 53. Tits Banshee, 57. Beat Salad, 626. Stitch, number 65. Rainbow Rex, 724. Lieutenant Chaos, 77. Arya Snark, and number 999. Necromancer. And for the Bolters, we have 00. Barking Spider, 1563. Lady Macbeth, 17. Mistress Terrible, 200. Pandemic, 24. Angry Topaz, 307. Rodeo, number 4. Grin Reaper, 504. Florida Beast, 540. Rollosaurus Rex, number 66. Moxnix, 666. Mac Daddy, number 687. Tinker Hell, number 69. Hungla, 828. Momentum Mori, 847. Peacock, number 9. Feral Cat, number 909. Bruiser Von Hammerstein, and number 98. Battlein. Thank you again for joining us today for another weekend of roller derby. My name is Ultra Ego, and I will be with you for this first game. This first game of the tournament, we are seeing the matchup between the Boulder County Bolters and the Los Alamos Derby Dames. Okay, and you can check out the QR code on the screen now to buy merch or donate to keep us rolling. Roller derby does not happen without our fans and our supporters, so thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you want to take it a little bit further, go ahead, check out the merch store. I know we just got a whole bunch of new merch in that I personally bought a whole bunch of this morning, so go check that out. If you can't do that or don't want merch, just give us your money. You can donate at that link as well. Before we get started, I do just want to thank one of our sponsors here, Skate Rats. They cater to all roller derby and roller skating needs. Skate Rats operates out of the heart of downtown Loveland, Colorado. They ship roller derby and skateboard equipment worldwide. It's an incredible local shop who is also one of our amazing sponsors. Okay, and we're off, and Battlein off the line on the inside is your first lead jammer of this tournament. The Bolters taking back the Los Alamos jammer while Batty's coming around hoping to get another her first 4 points, and she does. That is 4 points on the board, and the Bolters are the first to score in this game. Batty is coming around. Will she be able to pick up any points before she is forced to call it off because of that Los Alamos jammer? Batty does get 4 points, but so does Los Alamos. And Batty is going to decide to call that off. That brings that to an 8-4 jam in favor of the Bolters. Taking the line for the Boulder County Bolters is Mo, and for Los Alamos, we have Smoky Terror. If anybody's tuning in from not in the house here, even if you are in the house here, go ahead, shout out your favorite skater in the game. Make sure that they know that you are cheering for them. Mo at the front of the pack just has one more to get by and is able to. Mo is your lead jammer. Smoky Terror still stuck in the back of the pack trying to get through, looking to get some offense. Has 2 more in the front, is through. Mo's coming in to the back of the pack there. Pushing on the inside. Mo's going to call that before Smoky Terror is able to come and get any points. But Mo was able to pick up 1 point there. But so was Smoky Terror. So that was a 1-1 jam. That brings our score to 9 for the Bolters and 5 for Los Alamos. Angry Topaz has the star for the Bolters, and for Los Alamos, we have up to no good. It's a mouthful of a name. Looks like Topaz up at the front, getting some offensive help. Up to no good, stuck in the back, but Topaz is getting recycled all the way back, but so is up to no good. Both jammers now trying to take advantage of a pack advantage to get through, but it's up to no good who's going to get out and has secured lead jam. That is the first lead jam for Los Alamos in this game. Angry Topaz about a quarter of a track behind up to no good. See if up to no good is able to get any points before calling it, and they do. Up to no good was able to pick up 1 point in that jam. Pastia has a star for Los Alamos, and Feral Cat is jamming for the Bolters. So far, it seems to have been, it is a very even matchup between these two teams. But we will see if that continues as the game goes on. Both jammers stuck in tough four walls. But it looks like a Bolter's blocker has received a penalty and is heading to the box. But the Los Alamos jammer took the star off. I think they may have thought that whistle was to establish Feral Cat as lead, but it was actually a penalty. So Feral Cat, although she got out after Pastia, Feral Cat is actually lead jammer. Feral Cat's going to try and get some points as Pastia has already picked up 4 points. And it looks like that is a 2-2 jam. Or a 2-6 jam. I apologize. That brings our score to 11 for the Bolters and 12 for Los Alamos. That is an official lead change, folks. On the line for the Bolters, we have Battlin'. And for Los Alamos, we have Stitch. Okay. Los Alamos does start with a pack advantage in this jam because of that Bolter's blocker that was in the box, but that blocker is now out and is rejoining the pack. Batty was able to get out and establish lead, but Stitch flying past Batty. Batty's going to call it before Stitch is able to pick up any points there. That is a 0-0 jam, folks. Taking the line for the Bolters is Mo. And for Los Alamos, we have Smoky Terror. Both teams are starting with all 4 blockers on the track. Bolter's trying to suck back on that Los Alamos jammer and is able to, and Hungla is pulling that jammer all the way to the back while Mo is still fighting at the front. But Smoky Terror is out and has been established as lead jammer. Mo still fighting a 4-wall, looking to get some offense from their team. Still fighting, though. There was a star pass, and now Mac will be the jammer for the Bolters. Smoky Terror got through 4-4. Mac trying to find room on the outside line is through, has tied this jam up. It is now 4-4, but Smoky Terror is going to work to get through and pick up some points. Does call it before Mac is able to get back around. Smoky Terror was able to pick up 2 in that last pass, so score is now 15-18. In favor of Los Alamos. Angry Topaz has the star for the Boulder County Bolters, and Up to No Good has the star for Los Alamos. Okay. And Up to No Good, finding some room on the outside line, is through and is your lead jammer. Angry Topaz with a star off now, trying to fight through and is out about half a track behind Up to No Good. Up to No Good able to just tiptoe through there, calls it off before the Bolters are able to secure any points. That's going to bring our score to 15-22 in favor of Los Alamos. One thing, we are not seeing a lot of penalties in this game. I find that to be interesting. Typically in a B-level game, you do see more penalties, but both of these teams are doing an incredible job of playing clean and not picking up any penalties. Feral Cat with the star for Boulder County, and Puff Puff Pastia for the Los Alamos. Feral Cat is lead jammer, is through. Puff Puff Pastia still working behind a 3-wall at the front of the pack. Feral Cat coming in, hoping to get some offense, is not able to capitalize on that, but is going. Bolter's blocker is heading to the box. That will give Los Alamos a pack advantage here. But Puff Puff Pastia is still stuck behind a tough 3-wall, but was able to find some room on the inside, is out. Feral Cat still working on their first scoring pass here. And is through. Is going to call it. It was tough to see there if Feral Cat had gone out or not. I think she was also confused. She was looking to her jam ref to see if she had gone out. Feral Cat did call that, though, picked up 4 points, bringing the score 19-22. Los Alamos is going to start with a pack advantage here. The Boulder County Bolters pivot is in the box. Oh, and Los Alamos is calling a team timeout. So I would love to thank some of our sponsors. Bootstrap Brewing is a kick-ass, independent, family-owned craft brewery in Longmont, Colorado, where you'll find us making our highly drinkable, award-winning, delicious craft beers. Visit their tap room/brewery in Longmont for live music events, trivia, karaoke, or even a ukulele jam session. Boulder County would also like to thank Do It Not All By Yourself, website development on a budget that doesn't suck. Thank you so much again for joining us today. We have a fun-filled day of roller derby. Right now we are watching the matchup between the Boulder County Bolters and the Los Alamos Derby Dames. After this, we do have a mixer, and that's going to be between the Grinning Gargoyles and the Demon Horses. After that mixer, we will have a long break, but we will be back at 4 p.m. for Los Alamos versus Junction City Roller Derby. And our final game for the day is actually our home team champs, and that will be between the St. Vrain Swamp Monsters and the High Peak Howlers. All right, Batty has the star for the Bolters, and Stitch has a star for Los Alamos. Battleland fighting to the front, is through as lead jammer, but Stitch right out on her heels and is actually in front of Batty. So Batty is going to call that jam. This is a 0-0 jam. That is the second jam in a row that Battleland and Stitch have gone out against each other. Batty was established lead, but Stitch got out so quickly afterwards and was able to gain on Batty that Battleland was forced to call it off. So Batty looks like she wants another go at jamming, so she is back out on the line. And for Los Alamos, we have Smoky Terror. All right, both jammers stuck in the pack, but Smoky Terror is fighting against a 2-wall. Was hit out. Batty found some room on the outside line, is lead jammer. Smoky Terror takes a hit to the outside and is going to pick up a track cut. So this is a power jam for the Bolters. Let's see how they capitalize on it and see if they can take the lead. And they have taken the lead at this point. That's 4 points for Battleland with the Bolters. Okay, the pack is moving, which can sometimes make it good for jammers, sometimes not so good. But Batty was able to get through pretty easily there on that inside line. He's picked up 8 points so far in this jam. Smoky Terror now standing in the penalty box. Batty running right into that wall like it's liquid. It is through. That's another 4 points for the Bolters. Smoky Terror heading back to the track, has the star off, might be looking to sneak by or hand that star off to the pivot. But Batty is through. That is another 4 points for Battlin'. That's a 16-point jam so far. And it does look like Smoky Terror is heading back to the box. That is 2 penalties this jam for Smoky Terror. Batty picks up 4 points and calls it, freezing Smoky Terror in the box, which means that Mo, who has a star for the Bolters, is going to start with a power jam. Boulder County was able to really capitalize on that power jam, bringing the score 39-22 in favor of the Bolters. Let's see if they are able to do that again this jam and pick up another 20-point jam. All right, and that is the jam whistle. Mo, looking to get some help from her offense, is finding room on the inside, but does take a hit there, is rushing back to get back on the track. Looks like Mo's trying the outside line, keeps getting hit in, might be looking for a new path there. Mo takes a hit there at the front from Stitch, but is through, but is not lead jam because, nope, is lead jam. Sorry, folks, it was confusing there. Mo did get lead jam, does call it before picking up, looks like no points in that jam. And that was a tough jam there for Mo. That Los Alamos wall was not going to let them capitalize the same way they did in that last jam. On the line for the Bolters is Angry Topaz, and for Los Alamos we have Puff Puff Pastia. Puff Puff Pastia trying to work that inside line. Looks like Puff Puff Pastia getting drawn all the way to the back of the pack by Hungla. Angry Topaz working that inside line, is having a tough time against that Los Alamos wall. Peacock trying to play some offense for Angry Topaz. Puff Puff Pastia stuck at the back against a 3 wall from the Bolters. Angry Topaz still stuck at the front with that 4 wall. Neither of these jammers are making much headway. Both of them are fighting formidable walls there. But it is Puff Puff Pastia who is going to get through, is lead jam. Angry Topaz taking that star off. Looks like we do have a penalty to a Boulder County blocker. Peacock taking the star there is now jammer for the Bolters. Puff Puff Pastia is going to call that before Peacock is able to get around and pick up any points. Los Alamos was able to pick up a point, bringing the score to 39-23 in favor of the Boulder County Bolters. Feral Cat taking the line for the Bolters, and up to no good for Los Alamos. I don't know if you saw a little hug there between Feral Cat and the up to no good, but Feral actually used to play for Los Alamos, so this is a fun little reunion for Feral Cat. Looks like Feral was trying to take some O on the outside line there, but wasn't able to. Up to no good, fighting a 3 wall at the front, is maybe able to sneak by on the out, still working, is able to get through on their tiptoes, is now lead jammer. But Feral not too far behind, about a quarter of a track. Feral will be trying to chase down up to no good and force her to call it off, which she does. It's going to be a 0-0 jam. Hi, Tiffany. Yeah, it is me, Ultra Ego. Thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody else, make sure you're shouting out your favorite skaters. If you don't know, roller derby skaters go back and they watch themselves play so they can, you know, improve and cheer themselves on, and they can see these comments. So go ahead and shout out your favorite skater. Let them know that you were here cheering them on. And also tell me where you're tuning in from. Batty on the line for the Bolters and Smoky Terror for Los Alamos. Hi, Freddie. Looks like Batty picks up a penalty and is heading to the box. This makes this a power jam for Los Alamos. Los Alamos will be looking to capitalize on this power jam the same way Batty did a few jams ago and really bridge that gap in the point spread. Smoky Terror coming around on their first scoring pass. Has a tough wall to get through there, but is fighting, looking to get some O from her team. Is stuck there in turn 3. And Battlein is back out on the track just as Smoky Terror calls the jam. The Los Alamos pivot is heading to the box, so the Bolters will start with a pack advantage in this jam. It looks like that is Mo taking the line for the Bolters and Stitch for Los Alamos. Thanks, Freddie. We miss you. Wish you were here. All right, Mo is up against a 3-wall. Like I said, Arya Snark, the pivot for Los Alamos, is in the box, but it's Stitch who's going to get out. Against a tough 4-wall is Lee Jammer. Mo's going to take that star off and did pick up a cut. It's heading to the box as the jammer. So this is now a power jam for Stitch with Los Alamos. Stitch just has one more to get through and does. That is 4 points on the board for Stitch. Arya Snark heading back out to the track. That just leaves Mo in the penalty box on their own. Mo is standing now, though, so we have less than 10 seconds until the end of this power jam. But also, Mo did not get through on their initial, so Mo still has to get out of the pack before she is eligible to pick up any points. But Stitch did go ahead and call it. It's possible Stitch did not realize that Mo had not gotten through on her initial there, because Stitch could have kept fighting before Mo was even able to pick up any points there. Taking the line for the Bolters is Angry Topaz, and for Los Alamos we have Puff Puff Past Ya. Looks like we are calling a timeout. Boulder County would like to send a big thank you to our sponsor, 300 Suns. They have a wide selection of drinkable craft beers and a comfortable Longmont brewery that inspires good conversations with good friends. Stop by and pair your beer or cider, wine, or local canned cocktail with scratch-made food inside 300 Suns. Pets are welcome on the deck. We'd also like to thank Spirit Hound Distillery. Spirit Hound embodies the passion for the new and the bold. Inspired by the insatiable curiosity and boundless optimism of dogs, Spirit Hounds are ardent seekers of purity, quality, and perhaps above all, the best experience life has to offer. The Spirit Hound never settles. Its nose belongs in the wind, attuned to sense and eager to explore new possibilities. Maybe you're like us. Maybe you too have the same insatiable appetite for discovery. Again, big thank you to all of our sponsors. Roller Derby doesn't happen without the support of our local community, without all of our volunteers, without our refs, without our skaters, without our families and friends and supporters. So thank you so much for being here with us today. Both jammers stuck in tough walls, but it does look like Puff Puff Pastia was trying to find some room on the outside, but the Bolters were able to reform. But Puff Puff Pastia said, I don't care if you're reforming, I'm going to get out anyway, and has picked up lead jammer. But Angry Topaz is about a quarter of a track behind. Will be looking to force Puff Puff Pastia to call it before picking up any points. Puff Puff Pastia does call it, but was able to pick up 2 points, but Angry Topaz did secure a point. Brings your score to 40-32 in favor of the Boulder County Bolters. All right, we're seeing a showdown of Feral Cat and, let's see, Up to No Good. Once again, they jammed against each other last time. And we are calling an official timeout now. Looks like we might have some scorekeeping things that we need to confirm. So just hang out with us, folks. I can tell you more about our lovely sponsors that keep roller derby possible. So thank you so much to Long Peaks Pub. Mountain Sun has been serving up craft beer, great food, and good vibes since opening their first pub on Pearl Street in 1993. Long Peaks Pub, their Longmont spot since 2014, carries on that tradition with jumbo wings, burgers, wood-fired pizza, hand-cut fries, and plenty of gluten-free, vegan, and vegetarian options. With 21 Mountain Sun ales on tap, a dog-friendly patio, and their own seltzers, Long Peaks Pub is downtown Longmont's favorite. If you mention Boulder County Roller Derby this weekend, you'll get a free 5-ounce beer taster or small french fry for your table. I also personally and Boulder County would like to send a big thank you to Peitzer Productions. They specialize in dynamic, high-quality live video productions, multi-camera setups, live graphics, and a flawless live streaming. We turn your event into a broadcast-ready event, or broadcast-ready experience. Whether it's corporate conferences, concerts, or live streaming a derby event, let us handle the tech and you focus on the moment. And I can personally vouch that they are doing just that. Without Ben here, we wouldn't be able to be live streaming this to you in such high quality. So huge thank you. And that is the whistle to end that official timeout. And again, we have Feral Cat for the Bolters and Up to No Good for Los Alamos Derby Dames. Feral Cat was looking to find some room on the outside line, but was shut down. Fighting at the front of the pack, just has a 3-wall to get past. Up to No Good in the back of the pack, fighting a Bolter's 4-wall. Trying to find some room on the outside line, but is getting stuck in the pocket there. Feral Cat, just 2 to get past in the front, is pushing. Up to No Good, getting recycled back a little bit by Mac. Feral Cat takes a huge hit to the inside, is drawn all the way back, and is now taking a hit to the inside. But the Boulder County blocker there was able to kill that, and so Feral was not able to get recycled back. And it looks like Up to No Good has been established as lead jammer. Feral Cat about a quarter of a track behind Up to No Good. Up to No Good gets into the pack, calls it before Feral Cat is able to get through and pick up any points. That brings the score 40-33. That is a few jams in a row now that the Bolters have been held scoreless. Let's see if Battlein can turn that around and put some more points on the board for the Boulder County Bolters. Batty has a star for the Bolters, and Smoky Terror has a star for Los Alamos. Batty finding room on that inside line, picks up lead jammer. Is now eligible to score points. Smoky Terror fighting a 2-wall there at the front, is able to push through. Batty able to just skip right through there and pick up 4 points, but is getting sucked back in. Is going to call it, but was able to pick up all 4 points there. I know there's nothing personally, like, I can't think of another experience as sad as getting out of the pack and taking a tumble and getting sucked back into the pack. So I definitely feel for Battlein in that situation. But luckily she was able to pick up those 4 points and call it off before the other jammer was able to pick up any. Mo taking the line for the Bolters and Stitch for Los Alamos. Looks like a Los Alamos blocker is heading to the box. Stitch through is established as lead jammer. But Mo is right on their tail, about half a track behind. Stitch eligible to score points on this pass, as well as Mo. Stitch getting drawn to the back of the pack. Takes a hit to the outside line. Mo looking to pick up points and does. That's 4 on the board for Mo and the Boulder County Bolters. Stitch still working in the back of the pack. Ooh, and Stitch picking up a penalty and heading to the box. We have a 2-minute jam here, folks. Mo is going to want to really get help from her offense to pick up some points and extend their lead. Right now the score is 48-33 in favor of the Bolters. Looks like Mo is stuck in a mangle of bodies there, but was able to push through, picks up 4 points. Stitch still sitting in the box. But the Los Alamos blocker has rejoined the pack. Stitch now standing in the box, so we have less than 10 seconds left in this power jam. Mo takes a big hit to the inside there by Not Sorry. And Stitch back out on the track, is eligible to pick up points and does pick up 4 there. Looks like Mo's trying to call it, but Mo is not lead jammer, so is not able to call it. But that jam did come to its natural end. Looks like the Bolters were able to pick up 8 points, and Los Alamos picks up 4. Brings your score 52-37 in favor of the Boulder County Bolters. We have Angry Topaz on the line for the Bolters and Puff Puff Pastia for Los Alamos. We have just about 5 minutes left in this period. We will have a short intermission in between after this half, and then we'll come back for the conclusion of this game. Puff Puff Pastia stuck against a 2-wall, takes a big tumble. Angry Topaz was trying to use that tumble as a way to get out, and does. Angry Topaz is lead jammer, but Puff Puff Pastia is also out, less than a quarter of a track behind Angry Topaz. Looks like the Bolters are going to try to play some quick offense before Angry Topaz gets through and calls it. That is 4 points for the Bolters and 0 for Los Alamos Derby Dames. And I do think I heard a penalty at the end there. I did. Looks like Mac Daddy from the Bolters is heading to the penalty box as a blocker, which means Los Alamos is going to start with a pack advantage here. We have Up to No Good facing off against Feral Cat. Up to No Good only has a 3-wall to get past, as Mac Daddy is still sitting in the penalty box. Almost finds some room on the outside line there, but gets hit out. It is Feral Cat who gets through and is now lead jammer. I think this is the first lead jammer for Feral Cat in her matchup against Up to No Good. Feral Cat through for 4. Up to No Good finally out of the pack, is now eligible to pick up points. Mac Daddy now rejoining the Bolters on the track, so our penalty box is empty. That jam is called. Looks like Feral Cat was able to pick up 6 points there, bringing the score 65-37. All right, we have Battlein taking the line for the Bolters and Smoky Terror for Los Alamos. All right, both jammers seem to be taking their time here at the start of the jam, and that patience paid off. Battlein is through, able to wait till an opening happened, and Smoky Terror also through. Batty looking to take the inside there. Does find some room on the inside, but actually picked up a back block, it seems, and is heading to the box. This is now a power jam for Los Alamos. That also means we have a 2-minute jam. Battleland was the lead jammer, but because she is now in the box, there is no lead jammer. So we will go the full 2 minutes. Smoky Terror able to find room there. Sneaks through on that inside line, picks up 4 points. Smoky Terror looking to come through, picking up 4 more points in this power jam. Is able to do a cute little bean dip there on the outside and is through for 4 more points. Battleland now standing in the box and is out. Power jam is now ended. But we will still go the full 2 minutes, so we still have 42 seconds left in this jam. Batty is through, picks up 4 points. Smoky Terror's got a 2-wall to get through at the front of the pack, but is pushed out and is getting recycled all the way to the back of the pack. Batty fighting there at the front on the out, does get through, picks up another 4 points. Smoky Terror stuck in the back of the pack against a tough 3-wall from the Bolters. Does look like the Bolters pivot is in the box. Batty gets out, sees that there's only a couple seconds left in the jam and decides to just stop. And I get that. And the Bolters are calling a team timeout. And it looks like the Bolters did do that to ensure that there would be another jam in this period. Looks like the jammers are feeling it in this game, both on the ground, just relaxing. I don't know a better way to take advantage of a timeout than to just lay down. Thank you so much to Eldorado Natural Spring Water. Their mission is to create a better life for their customers by providing high-quality natural spring water, fostering community engagement, and promoting sustainability. This commitment involves delivering the world's best water, investing in environmentally friendly practices like using recycled plastic and solar power, and actively supporting local nonprofits and customers within their service area. And that is the end of the team timeout. Let's see what will happen in the last jam of this half. We have Mo facing off against Stitch. Mo finding room on the outside line, was able to sneak by, is the lead jammer for this final jam of this period. Stitch out though, not far behind. Stitch will try to chase Mo down, as we've seen from Stitch. If Stitch does not get out first, Stitch will chase down that other jammer. Mo got recycled back there, decided to call it. And that is intermission, folks. We will see you back here in about 15 minutes for the start of the second half of Game 1. Hey Derby fans, welcome back. My name is Ultra Ego, and we have just about 3.5 minutes till the start of the second half of Game 1. We are watching the Boulder County Bolters facing off against the Los Alamos Derby Dames. For those of you who don't know, Boulder County Roller Derby is actually a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are run by all the skaters that you see here today, and even the ones that you don't see here today. It is fully ran by volunteer skaters. So both on bout days and everything going on behind the scenes, our skaters are keeping us rolling. We couldn't do it without you, our incredible fans, and all of our amazing sponsors. So thank you for joining us here today. If you're watching for a specific skater, make sure to shout them out in the comments so that they can see. If you're just here because you love roller derby, also tell us that too. We love you, our fans and supporters. So thank you for being here with us. Like I said, we are watching the Bolters versus Los Alamos. We are starting this half with a 79-56 score in favor of the Bolters. I will say the Bolters were able to gain such a lead here because of one single power jam. And then there were a few more power jams, but neither team were able to really capitalize it on the same way that one power jam was. So I'm very interested to see how the rest of the half goes because they are pretty evenly matched. So while the Bolters might be ahead at this moment, it is still anyone's game. We still have a lot of derby to play, so make sure to stick around with us. And if you're curious what the rest of the weekend looks like, after this game, we do have a mixer between the Grinning Gargoyles and the Demon Horses. We'll then have a long break, and we'll come back at 4 o'clock for Junction City versus Los Alamos. And tonight at 6 p.m., you are going to be able to watch the home team champs. We have the St. Vrain Swamp Monsters versus the High Peak Howlers. So make sure to stay with us all day. We have a lot of derby coming at you. If you want to keep up to date on all things Boulder County Roller Derby, make sure to subscribe to or follow our Twitch channel here, and then you'll actually get notified when we go live, so you won't miss anything. Alrighty, folks, we have just about 35 seconds to the start of this half. Don't forget, shout out your favorite skaters, your favorite teams, where you're tuning in from. We love to hear from you. Okay, it looks like first on the line for the Bolters, we have Battlin', and for Los Alamos, I can't quite see who that is, but I will let you know in just a moment as soon as I know. Looks like it is number 38, Smoky Terror. We have 5 seconds to the start of this half. We are starting with an empty penalty box, which is always a good thing. Batty uses some quick offense off the line to the front, is able to get out, is lead jammer. Smoky Terror also out though. Is definitely going to try to catch up with Batty, forcing Batty to call it. Batty takes some offense there on the inside line, picks up 4 points. Smoky Terror looking to come through and even this score out, but is facing a tough four wall at the front, but pushes through, picks up 4 points. Batty skating right through on that open inside line like it was nothing. That is something about Battlin'. I feel like everything she does, it just looks so easy. That brings our score 87-60 in favor of the Bolters. We have Up to No Good taking the star for Los Alamos and Mo for the Bolters. Up to no good, was trying to find quick space on the outside line, but was shut down. Looks like both jammers are kind of just stuck in the middle of the pack there. Mo taking a big wide loop there on the back of the pack to sneak around on the inside line and picks up lead jammer. Up to no good at the front of the pack against a 3-wall. Mo coming through, first scoring pass. Looked for the inside, wasn't able to get through. Has 2 more to get past, but they are joined by a third. Mo calls it. Picks up 4 points in that jam. And the Bolters must have heard me say it was anyone's game, and they wanted to prove me wrong, because they are coming out these first couple of jams and really building on their lead there. Score is now 91-60. We have Puff Puff Pastia with the star for Los Alamos and Feral Cat for the Bolters. Feral Cat, the front of the pack with an offense facing off against a 4-wall. While Puff Puff Pastia was stuck in the back with a 3-wall, but was able to push through on the inside, picks up lead. Feral Cat has been brought back to the back of the pack. Looking to get through on the inside, is pushed out. Puff Puff Pastia fighting up against a 2-wall in the front. Feral Cat is through, is now eligible to pick up points. Puff Puff Pastia is going to call before Feral Cat can pick anything up, though. So that is a 4-0 jam in favor of Los Alamos. On the line for Bolters, we have Angry Topaz, and for the Los Alamos Derby Dames, we have, I believe that's Stitch. Yes, Stitch. All right, Stitch looking on the outside line is shut down. Angry Topaz in the middle. Stitch had a tough 3-ball to get through, does get pushed to the inside line and is getting all the way drawn back, but so is Angry Topaz. So both jammers have now been drawn to the back of the pack and are still fighting to get out, and it's Angry Topaz who does secure that lead jammer. Stitch still not out as Topaz is approaching the pack. Topaz taking a big hit there, but is right back up and is fighting through. Topaz just has 2 to get by, but is pushed to the inside and is getting drawn back. But Stitch is still not out on their initial, so is still not eligible to score points. Topaz through. That's 4 points on this jam for the Bolters. Stitch has 1 to get through and is able to. Stitch now out and eligible to score points. Topaz in the back of the pack, probably trying to pick a few up before calling it before Stitch gets around. Topaz calls it, but I think Stitch was able to sneak through and steal some points there. Topaz picks up, I believe, 7 in that. Oh, nope, 5 in that, and Stitch picks up 3. And it looks like we are taking a timeout. It does appear to be an official review. I would like to give you some reminders for next season. Keep an eye out. We have season passes for 2026 coming soon. So if you want to support Boulder County Roller Derby, be on the lookout. We have season passes for next year coming at you soon. I'd like to send a big, huge shout out to our medics. We cannot play roller derby without medical professionals. So thank you so much to our medics who volunteer and help us keep us safe during our games here. And if you were ever wondering, how can I be involved in roller derby but not get hit? Well, do you have medical training? Because if you do, come be a part of the fast-paced world of roller derby. We love our volunteers, and we are always looking for more volunteer medics to help keep our skaters safe during our bouts. Whether you're an EMT, nurse, doctor, or have first aid and CPR and emergency medical training, we would love to have you trackside. So if you are interested and want more details, just reach out to us and we can get you in contact with our medical staff. So thank you so much. Also, big shout out to one of our sponsors, Hoplark. Hoplark is a non-alcoholic craft brews, teas, and waters. They're hopped up on, I can't talk. Hoplark is a non-alcoholic craft brews, teas, and waters hopped in craft like beer. All of the hoppy flavors without the calories, sugar, or alcohol. Gluten-free, alcohol-free, keto-friendly, vegan, non-GMO, clean, simple ingredients. Winner of numerous Best New Beverage Awards. Try today. It is available here at our bar, so if for some reason you can't catch this game but are coming to see us later, head over to our bar to give it a try. And if not, be on the lookout for it and give it a try out in the real world. Big thank you to, let's see here, Niwot Market. Niwot Market is a family-owned and operated grocery store. It's established in 2002 and is run by the Steele family. They are a locally owned market in the area offering a neighborhood feel, and they strive to always provide the best produce and meats for you and your family. Okay, and it does look like the teams are getting the answer from the official review. Unfortunately, I do not have the information on what that official review was and what the outcome will be. But if I ever do find out that information, I will let you guys know. Okay. I did just get some information. It does seem like Los Alamos was asking for a high block on the Bolter's jammer. Okay, and because the jammer is not heading to the box, it does look like the officials did not agree that there was a high block. So Batty is taking the line for the Bolters, and Smoky Terror is taking the line for Los Alamos. Smoky Terror quickly out is lead jammer, but Batty not far behind, about a quarter of a track. Going to try to force Smoky Terror to call it off. Smoky Terror come in, hitting big there, but does take a tumble. Batty's going to try to sneak on by, pick up a few while Smoky Terror was on the ground. Was she able to? Does look like Batty was able to pick one up. And Smoky Terror did not pick any up, it seems. On the line for the Bolters, we have Mo, and for Los Alamos, we have Up to No Good. And it does seem the officials are calling an official timeout. Looks like there might have been some confusion on a call or non-call, and they are now congregating to discuss. So Smoky Terror did pick up 1 point in that last jam. And the officials are heading back to the track. So we will be the end of that official timeout. Like I said, Mo is taking the line for the Bolters, and Up to No Good is taking the line for Los Alamos. Up to No Good looking on the out, but it's Mo who finds room on the inside line, is through, is now your lead jammer. Up to No Good still stuck in the pack. Is getting drawn to the back by Grin Reaper. Mo trying to sneak around her teammates and is able to on the outside line. Picks up 4, up to no good. Still not out on their initial. Has one more to get past, but is actually heading to the box. Mo now has a power jam. Gonna just skate on by that inside line. Mo's blockers there creating that space for them. Up to no good now, sitting in the penalty box. We'll have a 30-second penalty served, and that is 30 seconds where they are not able to pick up any points, but the Bolters can now send all their blockers to play offense if they want to help Mo get in and get points. Mo does get past that 3 wall on one skate there, picks up 4 more points. And it looks like Up to No Good is now standing in the box and is now rejoining. So that is the end of this power jam. Mo pushing one last blocker to get by. Is pushing. Stitch holding Mo at the front, but is able to get through. Mo picks up 4 more points. Up to No Good has the star off. Has one more to get through and does. Up to No Good is now eligible to score points. Mo looking to get through, pick up a couple more points before calling it. That was a 17-point jam for the Bolters. That extends their lead to 114 to 68. We do still have a lot of derby left to play, though. We have 22 minutes left in this game, and a lot can happen in 22 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We still have so much fun roller derby coming to you. Feral Cat on the line for the Bolters and Puff Puff Pastia for Los Alamos. Both jammers trying to squeeze through on the outside line. Feral Cat taking a hit to the outside is drawn back. It is Puff Puff Pastia who is out and is lead jammer. Feral Cat got recycled all the way back to the pack and is still not out. Facing a 3 wall in the front, but trying to use her own blockers to get through and does, is now eligible to score points. Puff Puff Pastia taking a huge hit to the out there. Is going to call it before Feral Cat is able to get around and pick up any points. Let's see. It looks like Puff Puff Pastia was able to pick up 2 points there, and that brings the score to 70 to 114. Stitch taking the line for Los Alamos and Angry Topaz for the Bolters. I would also like to send a huge shout out to Los Alamos. They are playing with a very short bench. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but these jammers are also blocking, and these blockers are jamming, and they're going in about every jam. So they are definitely probably feeling very tired because they are playing a lot of roller derby, but they are not giving up. So huge shout out to Los Alamos. It is Angry Topaz who gets through and is lead jam, but Stitch does fight through, gets out on the outside line. We do have a Boulder County blocker in the box. That gives Los Alamos the pack advantage here. Topaz is going to call it before Stitch is able to get around, pick any points up, but that does freeze that Boulder County blocker in the box. Looks like the Bolters are calling a timeout. I believe it is around 10 skaters. I can double check for you. Let me check my rosters. Yes, you are correct. Los Alamos came with 10 skaters. I believe they might have had some injuries. I'm not sure why, but I know that they are feeling it. They are tired. They are going out back to back. So, but they're not giving up, and that's what I love about roller derby. You just come, you do your best, you give your best, and that is what Los Alamos is doing. All right, we are back. Batty is on the line for the Bolters, and I believe that's Smoky Terror for Los Alamos, and Smoky Terror is lead jammer. Batty out about half a track behind Los Alamos. Okay, and that jam was called, but not by any of our jammers. The officials. Oh, okay. So they started the jam without a medic. So like I said before, we cannot play roller derby without our medics. We have both medics helping somebody at this time. And so we cannot continue unless at least one of the medics is in their spot watching the track. So we are going to take a timeout until those medics are ready and able to essentially watch us and make sure that we are safe. So during that, I'm going to send some thanks to our sponsors. We have Skate Rats, who actually is here in the building with us today. So if you are in Boulder County or around the area and you need your skate gear, come on here, watch some roller derby, buy your gear. It'll be a great fun. But Skate Rats, they cater to roller derby and all kinds of roller skating and skateboarding needs. Skate Rats operates out of the heart of downtown Loveland, shipping roller derby and skateboard equipment worldwide. They're an incredible local shop who is also one of our amazing sponsors and tournament vendors. So go check them out. I know I was just there. I bought new wheels. My wife bought a whole new gear setup, and they were super helpful. So go and check out Skate Rats. Also like to say a big thank you to Bootstrap. Bootstrap Brewing is a kick-ass, independent, family-owned craft brewery in Longmont, Colorado. You'll find us there making their highly drinkable, award-winning, delicious craft beers. You can visit their tap room in Longmont for live music events, trivia, karaoke, or even a ukulele jam session. And it does look like I see a medic heading back over to their spot and sitting down, so it probably won't be long until we are back on the track. Don't forget, shout out your favorite skaters in the chat, or your team, or where you're coming from. I would love to hear from you. A lot of times skaters will watch this stream back to watch themselves so that they can improve, and I know it would just be great for them to see people commenting and cheering them on. That's always super helpful for them. Okay, and we are heading back to the track. We do have a medic ready to go. So we are going to do this jam again. We have Mo for the Bolters and I believe Smoky Terror for Los Alamos. Okay, and that is the start of this jam. Mo finding some space on the inside line is your lead jammer. Smoky Terror still stuck at the back. Look to get some offense and is able to stay up, is out on initial. Up to no good, heading to the box as a blocker. Mo getting recycled back is going to call it before Smoky Terror is able to get around and pick up any points. That brings our score 119-70 in favor of the Bolters. We still have 19 minutes left in this game. So Los Alamos can still close that gap. It's about that 49 points, if my math is correct. So it's not impossible, and they can do it. With a few good, power jams, that gap could close pretty quickly. We have Pup Pup Pastia for Los Alamos and Feral Cat for the Bolters. Both jammers stuck behind a 3-wall. We do have a Los Alamos blocker in the box, but that blocker is now standing. Feral Cat looking to get some help maybe from her offense. Puff Puff Pastia, it looks like Puff Puff Pastia may have taken the star off or it fell off because Puff Puff Pastia was putting that star back on. Feral Cat gets through there, is now lead jammer. A Bolters blocker heading to the box. Pup Pup Pastia still stuck on her initial. Not eligible to score points, but Feral Cat coming around and is eligible to score points. Feral Cat facing up against a 4-wall in the back of the pack, while Puff Puff Pastia is in the front against a 2-wall. With a little swoop around there, Puff Puff Pastia is through, is now eligible to pick up points, while Feral Cat's still working to pick up their first points in this jam. Does call that after picking up 4. And it does look like somebody may have gotten called on a track cut. Yes, there is a Boulder County bolter blocker heading to the box. So Los Alamos is going to start this jam with a pack advantage. So they will have 4 blockers on the track where the bolters will only have 3. And it looks like the officials are calling another timeout. Looks like just confirming some scorekeeping. Huge shout out to all of our officials, skating and non-skating. Roller derby doesn't happen without officials. Can't play a game without officials. So thank you so much. If you ever thought, I want to be involved in roller derby, but you don't want to skate, 1, you should just try skating. But 2, if you really don't want to, come and join us and be a ref. It's a lot of fun. You can skate or you cannot skate. We need both kind of officials to make roller derby happen. So come and join us. Like to thank Do It Not All By Yourself. They provide website development on a budget, and that doesn't suck. So if you need any website development needs, reach out to them and tell them that Boulder County Roller Derby sent you. Don't forget, folks, we have a lot of derby coming at you this weekend. After this game, we have a mixer. A mixer is just where pretty much anybody who wants to play can sign up. You get placed on a random team. Maybe people you've never skated before, maybe people you've known your whole life. You don't know. You get placed on a team, and then you have to play as a team against another team that's just a whole bunch of random people together. So a lot of times scrimmages are a lot of fun because you see people maybe trying things that they don't normally try. Maybe somebody is jamming that they don't normally jam. So stick around. You'll see lots of cool things in our next game. Then we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back for Los Alamos against Junction City. And our last game of the day is actually home team champs. You can tune in to watch the St. Vrain Swamp Monsters versus the High Peak Howlers. And it looks like we are back. And Angry Topaz taking the star for the Bolters. And I believe that is Stitch on the line for Los Alamos. Angry Topaz sneaking through on that inside line is lead jammer. Stitch picking up a track cut and is heading to the box. This makes this a power jam for Angry Topaz. Angry Topaz taking some offense there on the outside line. And that jam is actually going to get called. We are going to take a medical timeout here. are back, and it does look like Batty has a star for the Bolters and is starting with a power start. Gets hit out on the outside, but jumped right back in. Batty at the front, facing off a 4-wall, will be looking to get from her team. Is able to, finds room on the inside line, is now your lead jammer. The Los Alamos jammer now standing in the box and is now rejoining the pack. Stitch does have to still get through on her initial, so she is not eligible to score points until she gets out of this pack and comes back around. Batty is on her scoring pass and is fighting in the back against a 4-wall there, or I'm sorry, against a 3-wall. Is able to kind of sneak around, tiptoe on the inside line, picks up 4 points. Stitch still stuck in the pack. Actually, looks like she handed the star off to, I believe that's Smoky Terror, who is now the lead, or not the lead jammer, but the jammer for Los Alamos. Batty gets through, picks up 4 points, and calls that jam. That extends the Bolters lead to 135-70, with just about 14 minutes left in this game. We have Mo on the line for the Bolters and Pup Pastia for Los Alamos. Our penalty box is clear, so we are starting with full packs on the track. Mo at the front against a 4-wall. Pup Pastia on the inside. Mo does squeeze through on the other side of her blockers on the inside. Is now lead jammer. But Pup Pastia is right behind Mo. Is going to look to close that gap between them, forcing Mo to call the jam off. Mo on the outside does call it, but was Pup Pastia able to pick up any points? No, she was not, but Mo was able to pick one up. We have Up to No Good taking the line for the Bolters, and Feral Cat for, Up to No Good for the Los Alamos Derby Dames, and Feral Cat for the Bolters. Both jammers were kind of looking towards the inside, but Feral Cat saw that she had a blocker on the outside playing but wasn't able to capitalize on that. Feral Cat got drawn all the way back, takes a tumble, takes a few of the blockers with her. Up to No Good, gets through, and is now lead jammer. Feral Cat still in the back of the pack, but gets some offense from her team, is through on the outside line. Up to No Good, now eligible to score points, and does pick 4 up there. Up to No Good is going to call that jam before the Bolters were able to secure any points. So that was a 4-0 lead for Los Alamos. Pup Pastia on the line for Los Alamos, and Angry Topaz for the Boulder County Bolters. All right, Angry Topaz coming out, trying to get through, and does on the outside line. Pup Pastia up against a 4-wall there in the back, looking to get, takes the star off, has one more to get through, and does. But is actually heading to the box, I believe for a forearm. So this is a power jam for the Bolters. Angry Topaz one to get through, and does on the inside line there. That's 4 points for the Bolters. Okay. Angry Topaz 4 to get through at the front. Is getting offense from her teammates, gets through. That is 4 more points for Angry Topaz. Topaz is going to call the jam, freezing Pup Pastia in the box. Puff Puff Pastia is standing, however. That means that Puff Puff Pastia has less than 10 seconds to serve on their penalty. So while the Bolters are starting with the power jam, it is still possible for Los Alamos to secure this lead jam in this next jam. Bolters are also starting with one blocker in the box. Battling, looking to secure lead before Puff Puff Pastia gets out of the box. But Puff Puff Pastia is out and is now actually eligible to get lead, but isn't able to because Batty gets out. But Puff Puff Pastia is right on Battlin's tail. Batty looking to get some quick offense from her team before calling it, and was able to pick up 2 points. Puff Puff Pastia not picking up any points in that jam. Boulder County still has one blocker in the box, but that blocker is standing, so less than 10 seconds till that blocker is able to rejoin her pack. Mo has the star for the Bolters and Stitch for the Los Alamos Derby Dames. Mo trying to find room on the inside while Stitch trying to find room on the outside. Mo trying to, looks like, spread out that Los Alamos pack and is now lead jam, but Stitch not far behind. Stitch is going to try to chase Mo down, forcing Mo to call off this jam. Mo gonna try to get some points before calling it. Doesn't look like either jammer secured any points in that jam. And the Bolters are calling a team timeout. So I would like to thank some of our sponsors. Solana Studios, they are passionate about their community. They love and adore their clients. Providing high quality, hypoallergenic jewelry is their jam. Whether it's permanent jewelry, fashion jewelry, or piercing jewelry. They also love helping clients find their own unique style. They can curate a look for you, and they love doing it. They also offer micro-channeling in the studio, which is a great way to induce collagen and elastin production. It's great for face, scars, and stretch marks, and can even help with hair loss and literally regrow thinning hair. They will give you the glow you never knew you needed. Let them adorn you. And if you are going to join us here in person later today or tomorrow, they are actually Solana Studios. It's actually in the building with us. So if you're curious about them, you could come and see them. We have Feral Cat taking the line for the Bolters, and for Los Alamos, we have Smoky Terrors. Smoky Terrors looking to get some offense from Not Sorry, but is facing a tough 3-wall. Feral Cat at the front is able to squeeze through and is lead jammer. But Smoky Terror with a couple bean dips back to back there to get through on the outside line is Have-A-Track behind Feral Cat. Feral Cat looking to take the inside line there, gets through a few jammers and calls it. That is 4 on the board actually for Feral Cat and 0 for Smoky Terror. The Bolters are going to start with 2 blockers in the box. It looks like the Bolters pivot is standing, and we have another blocker that got sent at the end of that jam, so they will serve a whole 30 seconds before being able to rejoin. So Stitch, who has a star for Los Alamos, is going to try to capitalize on only having 2 blockers to get by, and does. That is a quick a quick lead for Stitch. Angry Topaz still fighting in the back. Stitch looking to try to capitalize on some confusion there. It looks like the Boulder County blockers were trying to help Angry Topaz out, but maybe forgot about the Los Alamos jammer and were still playing offense when that jammer hit the pack. Angry Topaz out on their initial is now eligible to score points. Los Alamos is going to call that jam before Topaz is able to pick up any points. But that does freeze a Los Alamos blocker in the box, giving the Bolters the pack advantage in this jam. Battlin taking the star for the Bolters, and Puff Puff Pastia for Los Alamos. We have just under 7 minutes left in this game. Score 154-82. Batty sneaking by on the outside line, up on her toe stops, and is now lead jammer. Puff Puff Pastia not giving up, though, has one more to get through at the front, is pushing and fighting, has the star off, but is through and will put that star back on. Is now eligible to score points. Batty got through for 4 points, calls the jam. And Los Alamos is now calling a team timeout with 6 minutes left in this game. I'd like to thank all of our volunteers, all of our vendors, all of our sponsors, all of our fans. Derby doesn't happen without all of your support. Derby doesn't happen without our medics, our refs, our vendors, our sponsors, and of course you guys, our fans and supporters. So huge shout out. Thank you for being here with us today. Like I said, we have just about 6 minutes left in this game, but don't be sad because we still have so much more Derby coming at you today. Like I've said, we have another 3 more games today, actually. After this, we have a mixer, and then we'll have a break, and then we'll come back. You'll get to see Los Alamos face off against Junction City. And then make sure, come back 6 p.m. tonight for home team champs. We will get to see the High Peak Howlers face off against the St. Vrain Swamp Monsters. And that is the end of the timeout. And we have Mo taking the line for the Bolters and I believe Stitch. Yes, Stitch for Los Alamos. And Stitch gets through quickly on the inside line, secures lead jammer. Mo does have the star off. Does look like, yep, there was a star pass to the pivot for Boulder County. Stitch hit on the inside line, is getting drawn back. And Mac is through, does have the star on her head, and will be looking to steal a couple points before the end of the jam. Was she able to? Does not look like it. Los Alamos was able to secure 1 point, though, bringing the score 158-83 in favor of the Boulder County Bolters. All right, we have Feral Cat taking the line for the Bolters and Puff Puff Pastia for Los Alamos. Feral Cat getting drawn to the back, while Puff Puff Pastia is in the front facing off against a 4-wall. Feral Cat is through on the inside line just barely and is lead jammer. Puff Puff Pastia now has the star off. Might be looking to either sneak through without the star on or hand off to the pivot. Feral Cat skates through that like it's nothing, picks up 4 points. All right, Puff Puff Pastia putting the star back on. Feral Cat sneaks by, but is now up against a 4-wall in the front of the pack. Got stuck there on the outside line. Puff Puff Pastia sneaking through is finally out on their initial and is now eligible to score points. And Feral Cat is going to sneak by and pick up 4 more points before calling the jam. It is an 8-point jam for Feral Cat, bringing their lead 166-83. We have just under 4 minutes left in this game, but don't go anywhere. We have lots of Derby coming your way. We have Angry Topaz with a star for the Bolters and Up to No Good for Los Alamos. up to no good, looking to just run right up the middle, but does get stopped. But Angry Topaz is able to get through, is lead jammer. Up to no good, taking that star off, looking to hand that off to their pivot, and does. Angry Topaz just kind of hop, skipping, and jumping through that pack, has picked up 4 points. Los Alamos still stuck on their initial, has not gotten through yet, is not eligible to score points. Looks like the star pass has been completed to the pivot to Tits Banshee. Topaz stuck at the front, has one more to get by, and does, picks up 4 more points, while a Boulder County blocker is heading to the box. Tits Banshee still stuck in the pack, has not gotten out on their initial yet, but Angry Topaz has gotten through for another 4 points. Tits Banshee is now out, is eligible to score points, but Topaz is going to call that before Los Alamos can pick up any points. That was a 16-point jam for Los Alamos. And looks like the Bolters are going to be calling an official review. Once I know more, if and when I know more, I will share that with you. In the meantime, let's talk about our amazing sponsors, because like I said, and I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me say it, but Derby doesn't happen without sponsors. So big thank you to Saps Nature Sports Drink. Saps is nature sports drink. It's inspired by the idea of returning the electrolyte drink to its roots. Saps is filled with 1,900 milligrams of electrolytes, no added sugar, and 20 different functional ingredients, including 3 key adaptogens to support cognition and inflammation. It's thoughtfully designed to help you replenish what you lose from a workout, recover from whatever life throws at you. Coming in at just 25 calories per 16-ounce serving and packaged in an aluminum can, Saps is the healthy electrolyte drink of the future with a perfect dose of the past. Also like to thank Eldorado Natural Spring Water. Eldorado Springs' mission is to create a better life for their customers by providing high-quality natural spring water and fostering community engagement. This commitment involves delivering the world's best water, investing in environmentally friendly practices like using recycled plastic and solar power, and actively supporting local nonprofits and customers within the service area. And if you didn't know, Boulder County Roller Derby is actually a nonprofit, a 501c3. We are completely run by our skaters. So everything you see here today, this whole production was put on by the skaters. So make sure to support us. You can find our links to all of our website and all of that. You can go there, you can buy merch, you can donate and support us so that we can keep rolling, keep doing what we love. So thank you so much. Don't forget, shout out where you're watching us from, who you're watching. If you're cheering for anyone in particular, make sure to shout them out in the comments. Big thank you to Hoplark. We're what happens when you brew tea like a craft beer. Unexpected yet surprisingly familiar. A new way to experience hops. We're bold, refreshing, and a bit unusual. Precisely how we like it. Does look like the skaters are heading back to the track. I am not sure what that review was, but we do. Doesn't look like anyone headed to the box who wasn't already there. We do have one Bolter blocker in the box, so they will start with a pack disadvantage. Batty has a star for the Bolters, and Smoky Terror has a star for Los Alamos. We have just a minute 40 left in this game, so it is completely possible that this could be our last jam. Both jammers are stuck, tough packs, and the packs are kind of running into each other now. That might create an opportunity for someone. Smoky Terror and Batty both getting through there. They both saw that the pack was all jumbled up and decided to take advantage of it. Batty out in front, but it's Smoky Terror who is lead. Batty threw on their tiptoes, picks up 4 points. Smoky Terror also threw, picks up 4 points. All right, Batty threw 4 points there. Smoky Terror has a 3-wall in the back, gets through, has one more, and does get past. That is 4 points for Los Alamos. It is completely possible for Los Alamos to hit that century mark this jam. So make sure to give them a big cheer so that they can hit that mark. Batty through, picks up 4 points. Smoky Terror also through. You can tell everyone's getting a little tired. These jammers are able to just kind of hit these blockers and get through without a ton of resistance at this time. Smoky Terror stuck with a 3-wall there at the front, decides to call it. And unless a team calls a timeout, that is the end of the game, folks. Let's see if in the next 2 seconds someone calls a timeout. And it looks like they are going to let that time run out. We have an unofficial score of 194-97, with your winners being the Boulder County Bolters. My name is Ultra Ego. Thank you so much for spending this first game of Beast Brawl with me. We will be back for the mixer at, I believe, noon. Yes, we will be back here at 12 p.m. Where you can see our mixer, and that's between the Grinning Gargoyles and the Demon Horses. If you don't know, a mixer is essentially a pickup game. You get put on a random team with random people, and then you go play roller derby together. It's a lot of fun. You get to see a lot of unusual things, and people may be playing positions they don't normally play. So definitely come back at noon to watch that. And I'm just waiting for that official score from the refs. But I do believe that this will be our final score, 198. Yep, there it is. It just changed, 198-97. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you back here at noon.